Boxing King Media, we're delighted to be joined by Ray Doyle, trainer of Jason Cunningham. What a year you've had. Tell me.
A good old year. We've had a good old year. Yeah, so the year that went by, 2021, everything were dead in water really. COVID and all the rest of it. We were just chipping away and kind of like getting to a point where it's like not really training flat out because there were no real dates, try and hold off or whatever, see what opportunity, but you've got to have faith, and a little bit of faith was Jason being Jason, campaigning it against really good kids and always producing good performances against top kids. He's had some good wins, and knowing Jason had took a fight on the road or whatever it took to become relevant, and the phone call went. It's funny because I were on my way to Barcelona with Gavin McDonnell for a European title fight, and we got a call saying, will Jason take the fight with Gamal Yafai? And that was 3 weeks before, and I literally got back from Barcelona and says, we better get ready. We're fighting Gamal Yafai for European title, and 3 weeks, that's all we had. So 2 weeks preparation where only thing I thought, well, I'd just assess Jason, put him in a spar with one of young amateurs, and he were like not moving his head, and I thought we've got to get his head moving, and for a fight like this he's going to be coming with bombs and everything, so we just literally worked on head movement.
And boy, did he move his head.
And he did move his head, yeah, so that's all I said, you've got to move your head, kid. You've got to be moving your head, you can't be going in there tall and things, so we worked on that. And I did believe that Jason was good. Jason's a good kid anyway, you know what I mean? He's...
Well, I'm going to stop you there, Ray. Just the Gamal Yafai fight. Obviously, everyone knows Jason's got boxing skills, but on record, he's not a puncher.
Yeah.
Why was he able to drop Gamal that many times and hurt him that many times in the fight? Where did that come from? Timing?
You could say so, yeah. I mean, just because he's not a noted puncher don't mean that he can't punch. Do you know what I mean? Anybody with little gloves on can punch if you're caught correctly and caught at the right time. And I think it was a case of that. He hits hard enough to command people's respect. Obviously, he put Gamal down 3 times in that contest, and you put the little 8 ounces on and you're ready and you're sharp, it's enough to put you over. And
then after that, you know, you're waiting again, you're probably thinking, is the phone going to ring? And then boom, you get another undefeated champion, yeah. Brad Foster.
In his own backyard as well.
Yeah.
So we did it twice in away corner. Got the offer, Frank won the purse bids, and we went down to Birmingham, and it was a good fight, a very close fight, but I do believe that Jason won it. A lot of people crying outrage and this, that and other, but obviously only from Foster's side.
I understand something happened post-fight, you know, after Jason won that fight. Are you able to tell us what happened? With his Brad's training team, apparently.
Yeah, they weren't happy. They weren't happy about the decision, and a few things happened. One where Jason weren't allowed his fight gloves and stuff like that because they were the ones who provided it, and that type of stuff. I think it was just emotions were high after the fight. They've gone in there believing that they can become European champion, and it weren't to be. But I believe that, this is my opinion, I mean, people can pull me on it, it's just experience. It's first time they took a defeat, and you just have to roll with it. And sometimes it's very bitter pill to swallow, but you find out a lot about yourself in them times and stuff like that. I've been there as a trainer, and I've been there with kids where we've put everything into it as heart and soul, and the decision's gone the other way. You have to treat it as like anything in life. You have to learn from it, and it makes you stronger. And I did say to Brad, I mean, I don't think he even paid attention to who I was or whatever, but I says, he'll come back. It's just a blip. Exactly the same thing happened to Jason, and I'm sure he will. I'm sure he will. He's a very, very. This is what I'm saying. It's like I don't discredit them because I believe that it only makes Jason shows that how good Jason is to beat a kid like Brad Foster. I sat and studied Brad, and the kid's very, very good, very, very good. And Jason got that victory on that night, a deserved victory. And I did think that the way that the victory would go was because of the experience. Experience would overcome his youth and his skill. It's a big thing to have in boxing, and they might not understand it at this point. But when it starts coming and he gains that experience, you'll probably think it's a big thing to have experience.
And going forward, obviously, he wears a tattoo, the underdog that never gave up hope. Is he still an underdog in his next fight? You know, what's the news on his next fight and potential fight mate? Mixed rumours.
So he's signed a deal with Frank Warren, and they're in talks with his mandatory, which is a French kid. I forgot how to pronounce his name now. Lecoif, I think his name is. There's been a few we've been looking at, but they're in talks with his mandatory challenger, who's a French kid, an undefeated French kid, and that's looking to go ahead sometime soon.
Any particular card?
We've heard talks that it could be on Tyson Fury card, so that's a big. I don't think it gets much bigger, does it? Really? So it's like starting to get some rewards for being a good servant to boxing. He gets a lot of call outs and stuff like that, Jason, these days and stuff, but he's a nice kid and he deserves it. When you really, I get it, it's the fight game, and this is how it works. You've got some of these young pros coming through, and they want what he's got. He's got a target on his back. He's got all the belts around at domestic and European level.
How far do you think Jason can go?
I believe he can go out where. He's in the form of his life, and he's starting to show now because he's committed himself to boxing. And whenever he's took the losses, we've sat and assessed and tried to, as best as we possibly can, try to rectify it and improve on what was the undoing of his defeats and stuff like that. And it's improved him. It's improved him as a boxer. It's improved him mentally as a person and mentally as dealing with the big occasions and things like that. There's so much more to boxing than just getting in the ring and doing it. Yeah, obviously you have to do that, but it's the comfortableness he is and the confidence he has from beating good kids last year, very good kids, is propelled him to push onto this next level now, and we're going to try and push. That's the next step, isn't it?
And to wrap up, Ray, is he still making the teas and vacuuming the gym floor?
Well, he's not making me tea, so I don't know what's going off, because he's been strolling in whenever he wants and thinking because he's got these belts that he don't have to make me a cup of tea, and that's all I've ever asked him, that I have a cup of tea.
Well,
So I think he needs to step his game up in that sense. And
hopefully he watches this, and Jason, you need to make your trainer a cup of tea.
Jason, you need to start making tea again.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I wish you all the best, man. I'm sure there's going to be some more silverware coming your way.
Thank you very much. Cheers, mate.
Thank you.